Today's upgrade comes straight from a conversation I had last week inside my Mastermind workshop that I held inside the Feminine Leadership Lounge, and I want to share it with you today. I had reframed something for one of the women that were at the round table. She got a lot of value out of it, and you could see an immediate shift in energy and awareness and even an application of this reframe and how that might work for her and inform the way that she shows up for the work that she's doing. But she said, Lisa, you really got to share this. Are you telling more people this? And of course, I share this with my clients, but I have not shared it here on the podcast, so I'm doing that today. If you're new here, these energy upgrades are my mini episodes meant to help you shift your energy effortlessly, easily, seamlessly, set you up to be your most empowered and successful self throughout your day or your week. And I time these intuitively with the rhythms of what's available and happening in our collective, as well as the phases and cycles of the moon, because, of course, this is all about feminine leadership, and we cannot talk about the feminine without talking about the moon. So here we are, and I believe the timing is going to be just right for you, and that this can support you in some way. Right now, at this point, we are waxing towards a full moon. We are past the quarter moon phase. We are also approaching the Lion's Gate portal. On the 8/8, this energy really is setting us up to upgrade our heart space, tune in to our heart space, set some big intentions, and really be emboldened and empowered by them. The question that came up during the mastermind was around consistency. Consistency can mean something slightly different to every single one of you. It might feel a little bit different depending on what your relationship to consistency is. Is it a consistent morning routine, a workout routine, a nutrition routine? Is it something you are working on or working towards, right? We usually see consistency as a way of reaching a particular goal. It often informs your approach to a certain idea or goal or a project or task. So in this context, the woman at the round table brought up a question. She wanted a little bit more consistency in her life, consistency in her work and in her income. And depending on what your relationship is with consistency, I think this is where we can get a little bit tripped up. It can start to feel too rigid. It can start to feel a little bit forced. It can feel like we are clinging on to this consistency, that it's going to deliver us some particular outcome. And we can easily forget even why we're doing it. Or maybe you haven't been consistent and now you're having a lot of shame around that, feeling like you haven't followed through, you're not capable, you're unreliable, whatever story that you have been telling yourself around this supposed failure or inability to be able to follow through to complete this task, but even follow through on the bigger vision and the bigger goal. And what I want to do is pause right there, because that, as you all know, is going to be a dangerous road to go down and not really guide you to where you're meant to be and isn't actually true. I want to offer you a way to reframe that so that you can keep your eye on the prize, but in a way that feels really nourishing, a way that consistently fuels you and feeds you and tunes you into that purpose and the intention in a regenerative way and a regenerative flow. And that word I want to offer you today is devotion, so that you can meet the energy of that intention with purpose and with energy in a way that is designed to come back to you, so that you can continue in this regenerative flow to show up for the bigger vision, the bigger goal, the bigger dream with devotion. So the question is, what are you devoting yourself to? What is the project, the idea, the vision, and what is the outcome that you really desire? And when you hold this idea in your hand, you hold it with care and you hold it with attention, and you consider what this goal, what this dream, what this project is, and what it needs from you. And if you show up to this place with, my invitation for this reframe is to hold this project with care and with attention and with intention, as if you were holding it in the palm of your hands. What does it feel like? What does it look like? What do you hope for? And if you allow yourself to really sink into the tenderness and the care of that, really looking at it and really feeling into it and letting yourself really want it, really believe in it, so much that you will care for it, you will tend to it, you are devoted to it. Let yourself begin to fall in love with the idea of it, fall in love with the outcome of it, and let yourself meet that energy there. From this place, from your heart space. We are in Leo season right now, and Leo is all about the heart, all about a very courageous heart. So let yourself really lean into what is needed. If you were devoted to this desire, how can you tend to it, care for it, and show up for it? What is the energy required of you to show up in devotion to this desire? And as you feel into that, as you lean into that energy and let it build and let it become clearer and clearer in your body and in your mind and in your heart, and begin to build an agreement of trust with this desire, that you will show up in devotion with the energy that is required to see it through, to bring it to life, to bring it into form. And you begin to build that loop of reciprocity between you and this desire, so that the energy that you are pouring out and into it will also return back to you, so that you can be nourished and supported by it. So you begin to build this flow, this figure 8 flow from you to the desired outcome, from the desired outcome back to you, and have this never ending loop of receiving and giving in agreement with this desire and this goal that you have. And we are headed straight to Lionsgate, that figure 8. It's amplified 8 to support you in this. For instance, and for simplicity's sake, when you want to feel stronger, the energetic loop is that you show up in devotion to caring for your body and your fitness routine and your wellness routine. And that flow of reciprocity is that you get stronger, you feel stronger, and you feel better. Or for instance, you want to have more consistent opportunities coming your way, more opportunities to connect, collaborate, earn, and you want more consistency in that, in your investment possibilities and in your collaboration. So if you're holding those desires in your hand, then what is it that is required of you to show up for those desires with energy that matches the outcome that you hope for? And what does that energetic look like when you deliver the output in the energy and you show up for it? What is that outcome offering back to you? And begin to see that as a figure 8 loop, you pouring into it and it pouring right back into you. I love this visual because it's so feminine, first of all. But I also like the reframe, because so often when we're in a phase where we feel like we are up-leveling or expanding, or we feel like we are wanting something more, it's often associated with something that feels a little bit out of reach in a way, or that it's something above us or beyond us that we are not yet able to grasp. What I love about this is it gives me an instant opportunity to meet the energy of what it is I want, and then show up accordingly. And here's the rub. When you do that, there's going to be a part that is likely going to be pushed to an edge. You will meet an edge that might be a little bit uncomfortable because you haven't been there before. It might be because this is something new, or you're wanting something new. Maybe this is not something you've allowed yourself to believe before, or something you didn't think was available to you. But whatever it is that you are opening yourself up to, it may feel like a challenging edge to meet. And I believe the only way you can cross that threshold, meet that edge, and move through it is to stay in a state of devotion. When you are in that state of desire and meeting the energy of that desire with devotion and backing it up with consistency, allowing yourself to inform the way you show up in devotion to get you across that threshold. As we work our way towards this full moon, towards the Lionsgate portal on 8/8, this is a really powerful time to tune into those desires, get clear on that devotional piece, and prepare yourself to meet that energy. And then we're going to amplify it, and we are just going to blow it up and let it be way better than we ever imagined it could be. And I tell you what, this is what is going to be required of us. We have really got to let ourselves be emboldened and empowered and be courageous, perhaps even more than we ever have been before, to build and create in a more beautiful way, to claim and go after what we know is possible, especially in this climate right now where there are a lot of forces that seek to render us hopeless and powerless. We are just not here for that, and we cannot make ourselves available for that. We must stay in our heart space, devoted to the outcomes that we desire to build that more beautiful world that we know is possible. We can't afford to yield, nor can we allow any of that energy to infuse the work that we do, the people we serve, or the vision that we hold. This work starts with us. It starts here. It starts with you. It starts with me, in the belief that the way we create matters, the way we develop, the way we grow, and the way we lead matters. And that doing this work is important and vital to our well-being and the well-being of our communities, and ultimately to the outcomes that the world needs today from you in this moment. I want to offer you some support on that attunement piece and that embodiment piece. On Friday, 8/8, we are doing a live Lionsgate breathwork practice. It's intention setting, manifestation, vision creating, embodiment. Show up for it. You're going to love it. This is when we get to call in that energy collectively together, set some powerful intentions, and visualize and let that amplify through each other. And leading up to that, I want to invite you into the Feminine Leadership Lounge. Go sign into the Breathwork portal. There are on-demand sessions there for you, and one in particular is the Heart Medicine Journey. I want to invite you to go and give that one a try. This week, before Friday, before we do that live session, let yourself clear energy, make space, receive some healing and some attunement as we approach the full moon and the 8/8 on Friday, so that you can feel even more nourished, more clear, more aligned. So here's how you do that. Go down to the show notes. You can join me in the Feminine Leadership Lounge. It's free. I also hold those mastermind sessions there. Sign up for that. They're bi-weekly. Bring your questions, bring your strategies, bring your projects, your ideas, whatever it is you're working on, and we'll workshop them together. We do those at the round tables. Once you're inside the lounge, you will see a breathwork portal. Go and sign up for it. It is only $7.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. There's no obligation to stay, but I think you're going to love it, and I hope that you do. And then you can find that heart medicine journey there. You can do this daily. You can do it once a week. I really encourage you to do it before Friday. Tune into that heart space, tune into this Leo energy, and then join me on Friday. If you've never done breathwork before, you can absolutely use these as meditations. And when you meet me live for a breathwork session, I guide you through it. Hang out inside the Feminine Leadership Lounge. There's so much going on there. I think you'll really benefit from many of the other roundtable sessions that we have going on there. The masterminding one is becoming one of my new favorites. It's where we get to take these spiritual pieces that we are working on and bring them into form and give them shape. So bring your strategy, bring your project, bring your questions, and we can workshop those together. I really, really look forward to seeing you.